Hey, what is up guys, it is Silversun here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my review on the Samurai Jack Season 5, Episode 6. So this episode pretty much starts off with Ashi in this big blimp flying to, I'm not sure exactly, but pretty much she's in there, and pretty much there's these other people that are in there as well, and they're pretty much thinking that she's an enemy of Jack's and whatnot, that she wants to hurt him and stuff like that. And then she pretty much said she wasn't unsure if she was his friend or not and stuff like that. But they pretty much revealed themselves to be the Woolies, and I'm pretty sure that they're obviously from the past season somewhere. But I never, well, I wouldn't say never. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've seen that episode with those creatures in it. But that's the thing about this episode, is it was a pretty nostalgic episode, and I was really happy to see a few of these familiar faces. But moving on, pretty much they have like this flashback to when Jack saved them and whatnot, a little reanimated flashback and stuff like that. And so pretty much she jumps out of the blimp and pretty much goes on her search for to try to find Samurai Jack. So pretty much while that's going on, we find out that Scaramouche is still alive, which I thought was pretty cool to see. I liked him in the first episode, a pretty funny villain, and he still is, obviously, but pretty much he's pretty much been reduced to a head at this point because of the fight with Jack. So pretty much he's hopping around the place in order to try and contact Aku, and then pretty much while that's going on, Ashi's searching for Samurai Jack, so you could kind of see the parallels there and stuff like that. But pretty much, we actually see the beetle drones from the first episode and stuff like that. In the very beginning, where he fought them off and stuff like that, they're still there, but pretty much they're getting shot away by these arrows. And then pretty much there's these monks that come out, and they pretty much take Ashi to their like home basically, and then they tell her that they're the three blind archers from the past and whatnot, and Jack saved them and stuff. I remember that episode, or at least the fight at the end with them. That was a pretty cool episode, and I'm happy to see them return once again. And pretty much they show like this statue of him and stuff like that, pretty much showing that he was a good guy. So pretty much this episode's basically filled with a lot of flashbacks to earlier seasons and whatnot. But pretty much, she runs into like this concert going on, and then pretty much they're all like singing about Samurai Jack and whatnot, and stuff like that, and they're like dancing and whatnot. I didn't mind it, it was pretty fun to see and stuff like that. They were pretty much talking about how Samurai Jack like killed Aku and stuff like that, even though he didn't. Like, I don't know. I guess they were just like talking about like his mission and like what he's there to do and whatnot. I don't think they meant like he actually killed him or not and stuff like that. But pretty much they were just having a good time. But meanwhile, Scaramouche is pretty much trying to get onto this boat in order to sail to where Aku is and stuff like that. And he pretty much disguised himself as a few things and whatnot, as a dog, as a little person sing and stuff like that. And then pretty much when he got on the boat, the guy pretty much took him off of his head, and pretty much I don't know, he was just kind of angry about it for a second, stuff like that, pretty much hoping that he'll repay him for what he did and whatnot. And I don't know, this part kind of caught me off guard, but I thought it was kind of funny nonetheless. Pretty much he's Scaramouche, he pretty much said that guy that was talking to him kind of looked like a penis, and I'm not gonna lie, like from behind it does look like it, but when I first saw it, like I didn't really see the resemblance. Like I was just kind of looking at it, just thinking that he was just like a guy with like a very small head and whatnot. I wasn't really looking at the shape, but still I thought it was kind of funny, a little random in my opinion, but it was still kind of funny once you think about it, or not think about it would be the correct thing. But anyways, he's on the boat, and then pretty much he finds this telephone to try and contact Aku, but while he's talking to him, pretty much the crowd behind him is like cheering and whatnot, and like making all this noise and stuff like that, so he can't get through to him. And so pretty much these dogs come out, and they're like about to beat him up and whatnot, but they pretty much throw him off the boat. But there was this nice little cameo. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that one of the dogs, the one to the right, might have been the dog from the Jetsons, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was in like an old cartoon, like some kind of Hanna-Barbera cartoon back in the days. I know that for sure. I'm just not sure, which one it is, but I know that's gotta be some kind of cameo, probably. So pretty much, Ozzy has a flashback to when she was a kid, to where pretty much that whole like cult thing and whatnot that she was in. Pretty much, they like made her jump into this like pit of like coal and whatnot to pretty much symbolize Aku's hatred and whatnot, and him, being encased in darkness and stuff like that. And so pretty much she was tossed in there, and that's why her skin's like all black and whatnot. And so pretty much she spends the night, scrubbing it off and whatnot in this lake pretty much. And she gets herself a, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's new, but I don't know. Like it, I don't know. To me, she looks like Tinkerbell, but I mean, I guess it's okay. Um, but pretty much after that, she goes into this bar, the same bar from a previous episode. One of my favorites, by the way, back in the days and stuff like that. Pretty much, she meets the samurai from the older seasons and whatnot. That black samurai who was like going around and like messing around doing all these silly attacks on Jack, but obviously it wasn't working, and pretty much Jack taught him, the real way of the samurai and stuff like that. I thought after that episode he would, change his ways and like be like a pretty cool samurai and whatnot, but it seems like that's not completely the case. He's pretty much working as the bartender from that place that him and Jack fought and stuff like that. And then pretty much they're like going around the table, going around the bar pretty much, with everyone talking about what Jack did for them and stuff like that, or did to them, because some of them were like messed up after what Jack did after what he unleashed on them. And I thought it was pretty cool. There was at least two cameos in this episode. One with that dog, and then one here with Popeye. I know that guy. Pretty much, there was like this robotic Popeye, pretty much saying like, "Oh, he did this to my eye and whatnot." I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny, nonetheless. A pretty cool cameo in my opinion. But pretty much after that, the Mongol of all people, I remember him from the past seasons, the Soul Collector. He pretty much shows up, pretty much saying that he's gonna collect their souls, but it seems like he's at the wrong place and he just leaves. Like it was pretty quick, but I thought it was kind of cool. But it still got me curious though, cause if I remember correctly, and I don't know if you guys remember either. If you guys do, comment down below if you remember any of this stuff and either correct me or agree with me or whatever you guys want to say. But I'm pretty sure he got killed by a coup by the end of the episode. Spoiler alert, guys, if you guys haven't seen the episode, 10 years from now, and so like that. If you guys still haven't seen that episode, I'd recommend watching it. It was a pretty good episode. But from what I remember, I'm pretty sure he got killed by a coup by the end of it for not collecting Jack's soul. Like, a coup pretty much crushed him, and then that was the end of that. I don't know if he, like, died, or if he just got sent back to wherever he was, but he was a pretty cool villain. I liked him, or at least his design, back in the days. But pretty much after that, she, runs out of the bar and searches for Jack once again, until pretty much she runs into this person, this, figure. It's pretty much, like, grayed out, like blanked out and whatnot, kind of hard to see. But one thing I was hoping for in this episode was for her to run into the that haunted mansion that Jack was at. I remember that episode. I actually rewatched it a while back and whatnot, and I thought it was a pretty good episode. I liked it. I thought it would have been really cool for her to see that family that Jack saved from that demon and whatnot. I thought that would have been pretty cool, or at least see the little girl from that episode. And I don't know if this is it. I don't know if that's like the little girl, like a little bit grown up and stuff like that, or whatever, but to me it kind of looked like her. I don't know, I could be wrong, but pretty much that figure just told her to go north and whatnot, and she'll run into Jack along the way, and so pretty much she goes off in that direction. She eventually runs into Jack in this green like graveyard pretty much, and he's pretty much just sitting there contemplating about things, all the stuff that he's done and whatnot, pretty much thinking that he lost his way. And so pretty much that green samurai pretty much reveals himself a little bit more, and he pretty much steps off that horse and pretty much he starts attacking Ashi, pretty much stopping her from distracting Jack from what he has to do, and pretty much what he's trying to do is commit suicide at this point because of the stuff that happened in the last episode with him thinking that he killed the kids and stuff like that from that factory. And so pretty much Ashi's pretty much battling that the green samurai, pretty much trying to get through to Jack and telling him that he changed so many people throughout his journey and whatnot. He's changed her and stuff like that, and that the kids that he thought were dead, they're very much alive, and that he saved them and whatnot. And so pretty much Jack comes to, and pretty much he stops the green samurai, and pretty much all the other spirits just like disappear and go away. And then pretty much Jack's back more or less, and pretty much I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny, like after he came back, like after he regained his senses and whatnot, he was like kind of complimenting her on her new look and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just thought it was kind of silly, like after the intense stuff that just happened, he's pretty much just like saying like, oh, I like your hair and the things that you did and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I thought that was kind of funny. But pretty much she's wondering what do they do now, and pretty much he's saying that they have to go and get his sword. And so it looks like that's what they're doing in the next episode. It seems like Jack's going on this kind of spiritual journey, while Ashi's pretty much defending him from all these other aliens and robots and people and stuff like that out to get him as such. But that was pretty much it for this episode. I really liked it. It was a very nostalgia filled episode and stuff like that. Lots of cameos, lots of past people, past films and whatnot showing up again and stuff like that. I thought it was pretty cool and whatnot. But tell me what you guys saw this episode. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think there should have been more action to it? Did you guys think that there should have been even more familiar faces show up? Some more past enemies, past allies, whatever you guys would like to see. Just comment that down below. Tell me just what your guys' thoughts on this episode was. I enjoyed it. Sure, not too much happened. I mean, a lot happened and whatnot, but like at least till the end is when they kind of furthered the main story for season 5. From the last episode, the bulk of this episode was pretty much just her going on this journey. Seeing all these past people and whatnot, things we've already seen, more or less, just like now in like a newer age, newer generation and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this review, guys. And until the next one, Silver Sun is out.